All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, the shills are out in full force. This is the first weekend for Assassin's Creed Shadows, and needless to say, things are not looking that well, right? The numbers are clearly going up, as we all said they were going to on the weekend, but it's not going up to the point where it's going to, number one, save this game, and number two, people are now having to continue to lie, or I should say deceive people with these numbers because they know that the normies fall for it. So we got an article here from Insider Gaming, which again, I'm a little disappointed in Insider Gaming, but you know what? Shill's got a shill. It is what it is. They are running extreme damage control for Assassin's Creed Shadows, it looks like, and every chance they get, they talk about the numbers, how amazing the game is doing. Oh my God, everybody's got to buy it, blah, 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 whatever. Assassin's Creed Shadows surpasses Odyssey and Origins launch numbers because they've officially announced that they have reached 2 million players. Wow, 2 million players. Now, that's, keep in mind, not 2 million units sold, because they haven't even announced 1 million units sold, because they're not going to, right? This is a game, just like Dragon Age of Veilguard, that is going to utilize this deceptive metric in order to try to pretend that the game is successful, and so that everybody else can convince themselves that the game is a massive win. So let's get into this article, guys, from Insider Gaming. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, the point of this video is to talk about the deceptive nature of these numbers and what they really mean, right? A lot of people, unfortunately, just believe the number that they see when it's on screen. They believe the first thing that they see that is on screen. They don't look into anything. They don't research anything. Some people do, but most people don't. That's just a simple fact of it, which is why these companies are utilizing now the players engaged metric. So let's talk about players engaged. We live in a world now where they are utilizing players engaged because, quite frankly, they are trying to convince people that their games are successful while also trying to push people to their number one source that they're trying to push you to, which is subscription services, right? EA did the same exact thing with BioWare and Dragon Age of Veilguard, where they tried to push people to EA Play Pro, and they tried to get people to think that the game was a success by giving it massive reviews that were paid for. Obviously, we all know that the shills are all bought and paid for. Everybody was giving them 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, glowing reviews, very similar to what's happening here right now. And meanwhile, the game still flopped. Meanwhile, the studio is dead. People have been laid off. The director is gone, fired, long gone, bye-bye, right? We all know that this is absolute nonsense. But the problem is that most of the normies do not know this. So let's look at the actual tweet here that I have pulled up. Now, I screenshotted this because Assassin's Creed has me blocked. Assassin's Creed has me blocked on the main Twitter account. So whatever. Anyway, that's fine. Assassin's Creed says 2 million players, fire emojis. We're thrilled to celebrate this incredible milestone. Assassin's Creed Shadows has now surpassed the launches of Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. Thank you for joining the journey in feudal Japan. Imagine trying to compare yourself to video games that came out so many years ago, right? Odyssey came out in 2019, for Christ's sake. You're trying to compare yourself in 2025 to a game from 2019? Sure. I see that you're not comparing yourself to Valhalla, though. I wonder why that is. Why are you not comparing yourself to Valhalla? Gee, that's very interesting. So I looked at this tweet and I said, oh, here we go. Okay, so this is what they're doing. This number here on screen does two things, okay? Number one, it makes it seem like there are more people playing the game concurrently than there actually are. This is 2 million players across the entire globe on every platform, every single available option to play it. That includes Ubisoft Plus or whatever it's called. That includes paid purchases. That includes consoles, PCs, and guess what that also includes? The thousands of free copies that they gave away, okay? This company gave away thousands of free copies, not only to streamers, but they also gave it away on their own Assassin's Creed Twitter pages. They were dropping keys left and right because they're trying to get this number up there, right? They're trying to get this number up there for a multitude of reasons. Number one, PR, right? They could spin the PR. Number two, they have an investors call that is going to be coming up within a couple of months. They need something to lie with. You understand? They need something to lie with. They absolutely need something that's going to make it seem as if Shadows was a success when we all know it wasn't, right? So that's number two. Number three, let's look at the overall metric, right? 2 million players engaged when the majority of them are playing on Ubisoft Plus. Let's be real. A lot of people are using, especially streamers that didn't get free copies, are using Ubisoft Plus as a means to play this game at its maximum edition at the lowest price possible, right? Whatever Ubisoft Plus costs, $15 a month, $19.99 a month, whatever, they get the maximum edition of the game for like 15, 20 bucks. Most people are exploring that option when it comes to streaming this game without actually buying this game. But I made a post here reacting to this because, again, I'm blocked, so I had to screenshot it. I said, just so everyone is aware, I am sure, like you are, that Ubisoft and other companies like BioWare and Dragon Age: The Veilguard, for example, are now using the players engaged metric because of the following reasons. A lot of these companies are trying to push players to their subscription services. Most players are utilizing this method to play this game at its maximum edition for the lowest, cheapest possible price. It is not an actual sale of the game at all, which is why they aren't announcing 2 million units sold, because they can't actually lie, right? This is not technically lying. What this is deceptive marketing, okay? It's deceptive PR. It is not an actual sale because they haven't sold 1 million units sold yet. They will pass this number eventually, but it will take a little bit. It's slowing down to a massive halt right now. Now, keep in mind, people are like, oh, look, the number's going up. That means more people buying the game. Not necessarily true. What it is that some people, a lot of people actually, probably already bought the game, got the game gifted, pre-ordered the game, and they were just waiting for the weekend in order to be able to play the game because obviously people work Monday through Friday on average, right? 9 to 5s. So it's obvious, we know that most video games on the weekend, the numbers are going to go up because more people can play. That's just obvious. This is PR spin, right? Damage control. Utilizing players engaged makes it seem like if it's a failed game, it's a successful game because most shills, normies, or just flat out idiots will look at this number and say, wow, this is a major success. Eat it, chuds. And keep in mind, this is happening everywhere. If you go to the Assassin's Creed page, you're going to realize, and we're probably going to be able to look at some comments, you got people out there trying to pretend like this game is a massive win because it reached 2 million fucking players. Meanwhile, it didn't announce 2 million units sold. You know what announced 2 million units sold? Split Fiction. Split Fiction, a fucking co-op game with a bunch of girls, actually announced multiple million copies sold. They're already working on their next game. Why? Because they're not using deceptive marketing. They're telling you exactly what they sold, how many units they sold, because they don't have to lie, because people are actually buying their game. It's a huge difference. They use this strategy every single goddamn time without fail and has resulted in either massive layoffs or studio closures because it's all PR bullshit. Star Wars Outlaws, Skull and Bones, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and the list goes on and on of games that try to use the players engaged metric, only to die a few months later. Ubisoft, like every other game I mentioned and studio mentioned, desperately needs this game to be viewed as a success for their investors and the public. Their stock tanked 8% in one day after Shadows launch, which will tell you everything you need to know about the state of the company and what's really happening. Shadows is getting cooked, hasn't hit 1 million sales yet for an established franchise, and is getting its back blown out by smaller games like Split Fiction, games that are actually selling and not being rented currently on a subscription service. Now, the last line here is the one that's most important. Utilizing players engaged is equivalent to bragging that your game is one of the most rented games out there. You might have been fucked by millions of guys, but at the end of the day, no one is willing to marry you and take you home permanently. So, again, that last line basically is saying that even though people are renting this game like crazy, playing the game like crazy, either because it was free for them or they're using a subscription service to rent it, you're not actually being taken home. You're not actually being purchased. This game will 100% pass 1 million copies sold, but I highly doubt it's going to pass 2 million copies sold anytime soon. It's going to be a very slow grind for them to reach that. Now, granted, Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft in general, they put their games on sale all the time. This game is already on sale on Xbox Digital over at Best Buy. I'm not kidding. It's on sale for $59.99 over on Xbox Digital on at Best Buy. So this game is going to be on sale everywhere within 30 days, and it's going to be on massive sale everywhere within 90 days. They're not going to wait very long before putting this game on sale to try to get it in as many hands as possible. They need this game to sell. It'll sell over 1 million copies for sure. Within the next couple of days, I guarantee you, we're going to get an announcement of 1 million copies sold, maybe, but at the end of the day, that's also going to contradict their PR spin of players engaged. So they might not announce it. To be fair, they might not announce 1 million units sold because it's going to make the number that they're putting out now, which is 2 million, 3 million, 4 million players engaged. It's going to make that number seem really fucking bullshit, and they don't want to do that. Right now, they need that number to stick, and so they might actually stick with that and not announce 1 million units sold, even if they pass that number. So now that I think about it, they're probably not going to announce it. So you got people out here trying to say, I don't think looking at stock price little snapshots is all that effective or indicative of game sales. I do, when it comes to a company that is continuously going down, 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 right? Ubisoft has been bleeding out for years now. Ever since 2021, when it was at its highest of like $88 or $87 per stock, now it's down to about $12. If that, I think it's down below that now to $11. This company is absolutely bleeding out. And I think it's fair to say that as it continues to bleed out, that there was no hope for Assassin's Creed Shadows, and people are realizing that the game is a failure. I don't think it's bad to say that. I don't think it's bad to say the investors are realizing that. The analogy at that end is priceless. Thank you. So again, let's go over to the Assassin's Creed page really quick. And again, I apologize. I am blocked by them, so I really can't interact here. But if you look at some of the comments here, 2 million players. People are asking how many free keys, Adam Juman, millions of players to boost the numbers. Are you counting downloads added to the library and UB Premium as players, even though they haven't played yet? People said this game was going to flop. You're retarded. Congratulations. I played 6 hours tomorrow. Sunday, I'll be playing the game all day. I deserve this. I mean, more power to you. You got to treat yourself every once in a while. Wow. So deserved. Is this the guy from Insider Gaming? He sure looks like it. LOL, only 50K concurrent on Steam. It's at 60K now. And thank you, Smash AT. You owe me $100. What about sales? You're never going to get an answer for that. Congrats to the dev. It must have been insanely gratifying to come out with such a massive success, despite the weirdos campaigning against it. Here's hoping we can see Hex next year. Well, there you go. Remember, people, they would never say sold. The only time you celebrate players is with free-to-play games, like not single-player games with a $60 price. This game is accessed with a quarter of the price of the game, which means people are not buying it. How many copies sold? You guys, you never going to get an answer. You realize if it was 2 million copies sold, they would say that. This is the last ploy to try and trick people to buy it. 100%. 100%. Giving away keys does not equal sales. You can try to lie on here, but your stock's still crashing. Your biggest peak is 50K on Steam at the moment. Actually, it's 60K now. Didn't you hand out like a bunch of free keys? They sure as fuck did. That's weird because your stock price seems to be still falling. You're sitting at number 31 of the Steam charts. Where are all these mystery players? Again, players does not equal sales. This game is absolutely being cooked. Awesome to see. Game is currently #1 best-selling United States on Steam. Good job. No, it's not. Is it? Let me see. No, it's not. This game is not #1 best-selling on Steam. What are we doing? It's #2 best-selling. This game dropped to #2 yesterday. Why are you? Oh my God, dude. You got people screenshotted Assassin's Creed post about when they were #1 on Steam, which was yesterday, and they're screenshotting the post and posting it, trying to pretend as if this is for today. Bro, this is such a fucking lie. The game is not #1 on Steam right now. It's #2. What the fuck? Yo, people are desperate to make this game seem like a win. This is a nice psychological marketing tactic. Unfortunately, players don't mean sales. Financially, the game is a failure. I agree. Congrats. Good word of mouth should carry this further. There's no good word of mouth again. Liars, how are you counting these so-called players? How many sales? 2 million players, not 2 million copies sold, so you're still in the negative. Bro, the boycott worked, I guess. These people are coping. Don't let the review bombs fool you. This game is awesome. These people are absolutely coping. They are so... Ubisoft is back? What? What? Sit haters? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. You know what this proves? So posts like this prove that a lot of people are still, unfortunately, extremely retarded in this world, and they're incapable of understanding deceptive marketing, which I guess is the whole reason why it is deceptive marketing and why it works, right? So I guess sometimes I can't blame them, because some really good marketing can work on some decently intelligent people, but at the end of the day, dude, you gotta be retarded to look at this number and think that this is 2 million players concurrently or 2 million copies sold. This is extremely deceptive marketing. All they're doing is adding up all the fucking players they possibly can that have at least redeemed the key. It may not even have been played the game. It just means redeemed the key in general. If they were giving out free keys everywhere, left and right, and players redeemed those keys, that would count as a player, and they are going to add it to this number. And they're going to keep adding to this number over and over and over again, because this number doesn't have to drop. It won't drop. It's an additive number, right? So it's not a concurrent number. This is the deceptive marketing that's happening right now with Assassin's Creed Shadows. So ultimately, guys, at the end of the day, all I really wanted to say is that Assassin's Creed, just like I said yesterday, is going to continue this deceptive marketing to try to convince you that their game is a massive success. But at the end of the day, Shadows is 100% a failure. The game is at 60,086. It peaked at 60,086 today and is now dropping. And this is on Saturday. So needless to say, I think it's maybe Sunday might raise it up a little bit, but I highly doubt it. I think this is the best that it's going to do. 60 to 65,000 is the best that it's going to do. And I called it. I said 60,000 on Saturday Night Hypnosis last Saturday. And guess what? We are at 60,000. True Hypnodamus moment right now. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.